Hey guys, Max the Game Boy here, and last year when Thor Love and Thunder was released, I was already hooked. And with the trailers showing Thor going on space adventures, fighting a god butcher, and joining forces with ex-girlfriend Jane Foster turned Thor, and all his pals in New Asgard, I knew it was gonna be great. And then when it finally released, I was quick to see it and see if the hype was justified. And I think improved on the character, as well as adding new fan favorites like Valkyrie and Korg. Love and Thunder was looking pretty good. So was it? Well, yeah, but it had one looming problem that stopped the movie from being the best it could have been. It tried way too hard to be funny. I'd say it could compare with Dumb and Dumber with the amount of wisecracks and gags thrown in. And although there were quite a few winning jokes, quite a few fell flat. As much as I love a good laugh, you have to know when enough is enough, and this movie dealt with some difficult topics as well. Jane is diagnosed with cancer and must reconcile with Thor, as well as admit that she might not have long to live. Thor must deal with what he's dealt with throughout his franchise, loss, and doesn't want to open up himself to others for fear of losing some friends and family. And this movie had some solid moments for these characters and their inner turmoils, but the tons of jokes were conflicting with all these deep themes, so you get an amalgamation that's all over the place. But I want to talk about some more of what I loved about this movie, such as some returning and new characters like Mighty Thor or Jane. Jane was a really cool Thor to see, and it was really interesting to see how her hammer Mjolnir broke into homing projectiles to hit enemies and then turn back into the hammer. That was sick, like one of my favorite parts of the movie. It was just really cool to see. And Jane's physical pain of dealing with cancer and mental pain of sharing it with others and not being able to work were very well expressed by Natalie Portman. And seeing Thor process Jane's cancer is sad and deep. And Gore, the main villain, was one of the more fleshed out Marvel villains of them all. Betrayed by his god and his species left to die by that god, he sets out to destroy all gods, to avenge his people and his daughter, while being possessed by the Necro Sword. These characters were highlights of the movie, and it had some very cool action sequences as well. Getting to see Valkyrie or Val, Korg, Thor, and Mighty Thor, aka Jane's Thor incarnation in battle, going against Gore and his dark demons, as well as fighting an occasional god. As there are quite a few gods in this movie, and not all of them are good. Some might even be future villains later. I'm looking at you, Zeus. Are really cool, and you can tell they put a lot of money into this. Wait, how much money went into this movie? Oh boy. So yeah, Love and Thunder was a decent movie that's worth a watch, and with some classic Marvel fun, but struggled to balance humor and conflict, and often forced too many jokes for my liking. So it's not a movie for everyone. Oh yeah, and before I forget, there was one thing that I was a little bit annoyed with, and that was the Guardians of the Galaxy. They were only in the movie for 4 minutes max, and the trailers were making it seem like they were going to be a part of the movie for the entirety of it, which is kind of sleazy if you ask me. They're just kind of getting people who are into Guardians of the Galaxy or wanted to see Guardians of the Galaxy in a movie again to watch this Thor movie, which I think is pretty dang lame, and I wish the Guardians of the Galaxy were in this movie at least a bit more. Like, come on, that was lame. So it's not a movie for everyone. I think I'll give it a 7 out of 10, which is a fair review. Wait, hold up.
Wait a minute!
Daryl from Team Thor makes an appearance. This movie gets a 20 out of 10. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next vid.